The boycott won't work. No matter how much you care about the former members or how much you're against all the mistreatment from Attract and the Givers. In a world where Luna managed to escape Blockberry, win their court battles, and re-debut in the industry, the same is happening to 50/50. So, what's wrong? What's missing in the campaign from the Honeys to boycott Attract, flop the new lineup, and gain the public sympathy? First off, the fan base. 50/50 didn't have enough time to build a loyal and united fan base, unlike Orbits. Most of the new fans who discovered the group through Cupid were more fans of the song rather than the group itself. And that is because Cupid was bigger than 50/50. People recognize Cupid as a cute viral song from TikTok and not necessarily the song sang by Seo, Aran, Sina, and Kina. You could play the song to anyone and no one wouldn't be able to tell you which voice belongs to each member. They just weren't that much invested in the group. It was their mission after Cupid to release a song to catch the hype and turn casual listeners into fans. But unfortunately, they didn't have enough time. Now, let's talk about public opinion. In Korea, it plays a crucial role whether a boycott succeeds or fails. And in this case, 50/50 had no chance in gaining public sympathy. They were portrayed as traitors and ungrateful by the media, which partly explains why Kina returned to the group. But why were they perceived this way? Everyone was weirded out when on June 19th, all of the 50/50 members decided to leave and sue Attract and terminate their contracts due to mistreatment of their health and financial transparency issues. Shocking, but nobody cared. When their claims of abuse came out, the Korean public didn't buy it. And mind you, it was serious for Western standards, eating disorders, anxiety, and even cancer. But for Korean standards, that is what trainees are supposed to go through. Look at Momo, she ate ice cubes for a week. Look at BTS and their dorm before fame. It's normal for idols to struggle, they think. From the Korean perspective, these issues, along with the financial transparency concerns, weren't enough to justify leaving the company. Of course, this points to a broader structural problem in the K-pop industry, but it seems like Korea isn't ready to address that yet. And having in mind that in Korean culture, you're supposed to respect and look up to your superiors, the timing for these allegations right after the success of Cupid made them seem as brats and ungrateful, as if they're trying to ruin the CEO's reputation and the effort he put into the girl's success. Even when the famous criminal investigation TV show Unanswered Questions tried to give some light to the girl's side, they were so criticized that they had to issue an apology, which led us to the third point, the lawsuit itself. I don't want to make a personal statement on this yet, since the legal battle is still ongoing, and I want the justice to make the final verdict, not me, but there are some aspects of the lawsuit that we can already comment. On August 28, the Seoul Central District Court ruled in favor of Attract, determining no breach in the agency's duties regarding transparent accounting and health management, which in my opinion is questionable, but the court dismissed the application for an injunction, saying that they failed to hand an explanatory statement for the appeal, which means that the story was not consistent, which was something that was criticized on Unanswered Questions, the lack of sustain of their whole story. Take my opinion with a grain of salt, as once again, the final verdict is not out yet, but I think they were highly misled by the greed of the givers. They couldn't care less about the girls. Do you really think someone who secretly reduced your royalty shares on your most successful song has your best interest at heart? They were highly manipulated to do this, with almost no say on this matter. As Kina reported to Dispatch, they didn't even talk about the lawsuit in person. Can you imagine? They were in the hands of adults who didn't know what they were doing and completely lost control of the situation. The givers told their parents that they had a high chance of winning and that he would stay with the girls. But as soon as An Sung-gil thought it was a dead end, the girls were left to defend by themselves. This will be in history as how success and fame can blind you into greediness, and how highly manipulated you can be by greedy people. The last reason why I think the boycott will not work is the strong popularity of some of the new members. The beloved and highly anticipated Chanel from Hive Survival show Are You Next was revealed as a member of 50/50, tuning a lot of her fans, as well as Yewon, who had a pretty solid performance during the show. Hannah, a beloved cover YouTuber who also participated as a child in a Korean show. Someone who has built quite a reputation in Korea and brought some attention to the lineup. And lastly, Athena, the mysterious member with It Girl material. So, they're safe. People are curious about the group, and the curiosity alone is louder than the boycott. It literally doesn't exist outside of Twitter, and as long as they have domestic support, they have longevity as a K-pop group. And from the teasers, this comeback seems to be pretty big. Of course, it won't be as successful as Cupid, but it will be solid in my opinion. My prediction for this comeback might be around 50k to 100k sales, maybe a first win, which will be hard due to the Seraphim comeback. But I think they have a chance to be a leading group for the 5th generation.